Hey everyone, today I continue my quest to beat every scenario in the game on heroic difficulty using a different hero. Just finished the Age of Apocalypse box, and now am jumping back to the core set before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes out and I start working through that. Might also have time to get started on another box before February when that's supposed to come out. So I'm going back to Rhino for this first video. And Rhino is generally one of the easier villains in the game, so we get a chance to use up one of the weaker heroes in the game, as like I mentioned, try to use a different hero for every matchup. I've also given myself an extra little twist, sort of taking inspiration from Web-Warrior Fanatic, who recently posted a She-Hulk deck list using only cards from the Core Set and the Deadpool pack, and that is what I've done here today. Not using his exact same list, but seeing if I can get this done against Rhino on Heroic using only cards from the core set, so essentially just basic cards from the core set and the pool cards. So this should be a pretty even matchup, I expect. I mean, lots of heroes can beat. People were playing Rhino on Heroic difficulty as soon as the Heroic difficulty was invented, because Rhino is pretty easy. But yeah, giving myself a little extra challenge today and seeing if we can do it with this pack restriction. So, I mean, there's nothing really crazy to talk about in the deck because I'm just playing what I think are the best cards out of those two packs. Right, Nick and Mockingbird, the only basic allies we have. Still need to play a bunch of pool allies, even though I don't love many of these as cards, especially these acceleration icons. Given our low main scheme threshold in the Rhino scenario. But at the end of the day, we still need to block these big attacks from Rhino coming in. Still need to get some thwarting done. Allies or we have limited options in the pool aspect to do some thwarting, so gotta have those in there. Mulligan always great, right? Our one-ofs cards always great. So yeah, nothing crazy, just the best cards I could think of from these two packs. And haven't really practiced this matchup to begin with, so we're just going to jump right in and you'll see how things go for me on the first try. Since it's my first matchup against Rhino on the channel, I'll give my Rhino scenario breakdown. The most notable thing for Rhino, as you probably know if you've been around the game a little bit, Rhino actually has the lowest main scheme threshold of any scenario in the game, especially having only, or at least in scenarios where there's only one main scheme. So this is actually the biggest thing for us to be keeping an eye on literally every single turn of the game. How much do we need to thwart that down to make sure we don't lose to an advance? She-Hulk matches up against this in a kind of nice way with her alter ego ability, preventing one threat per turn. So she offers somewhat of a unique advantage against this scenario compared to other heroes, but because of my limitation, I don't have as many ways to confuse Rhino, which is usually a very strong way to tackle Rhino. Rhino has massive attack stats, but in general we can just block that with allies, so that usually makes Rhino not too difficult, but in my case again, we don't have as many good allies to choose from for blockers, so we'll have to see how this goes. The best encounter cards to draw are I'm tough and hard to keep down. These heal or give Rhino a tough status, so they don't give us any obstacles to overcome. And one thing that's important is if Rhino already has a tough, this will surge. If Rhino's at full health, this will surge. So it's always good to keep a little bit of sustained damage, or at least remove Rhino's toughs from him to take advantage of these being really weak encounter cards to draw. Charge is probably one of the nastiest ones. It gives Rhino's next attack a +3 attack and overkill. So even ally blocking isn't great. Again, She-Hulk matches up kind of well here, having such a high starting HP of 15. When we look at extra activations, of course, we've got the standard one extra activations, but we've got 3 copies of Stampede, which is another attack in hero form only. If a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. So again, another place we really want to block with allies to prevent our hero getting damaged from that. Armored Rhino Suit basically means 5 health, another totally nice one to draw. Enhanced Ivory Horn is ignorable, assuming we're blocking with allies or stunning for most attacks. A few minions. Sandman's kind of annoying with the tough and 4 health, but the rest have only 3 health, so we can attack them for once with She-Hulk. These are all good draws. A few low-threat side schemes, not usually that bad against Rhino, but like I mentioned in my deck breakdown, very limited ways to thwart. So actually that's a high priority starting the game. And then you got the bomb set bomb scare modular set today. Usually like to play Armadillo with Rhino. I think that's a lot of fun with some tough cards, synergy, overlap. But because I am playing a pretty weak deck today, going with bomb scare, which is a pretty easy encounter set overall. So there we go, things to keep an eye on. Making sure we have plenty of blockers for these high attacks. Making sure we keep an eye on that main scheme. Even in hero form, gotta know in advance what it'll do to us, how likely in advance is to lose us the game at any point. Always tracking those through the deck, which we do in most scenarios anyways, but this one especially having such a low threshold can catch you off guard if you just think of Rhino as a easy free roll scenario. So there we go, let's look at the games. As you can see, I'm trying a little different playing surface as well today. Had this playmat forever, but I don't know, I wondered if it would be visually too busy. It does make it easier to pick up cards, which I sort of struggle with on my table. So let me know if it's too obnoxious to have this playmat underneath there. But just trying it out and see how it goes. We've got the breaking and taken side scheme in play, found from the When Revealed of Rhino Stage 2. 3-threat hazard icon. Priority number 1 will be to make sure we can defeat that going into this first villain phase. Whoops. Had that out to measure my spacing. So yeah, first order business is breaking and taking. And we'll see if we can fit a resource generator in there. We don't desperately need an ally right away, just because we start with so much health. We can take an attack or even 2. Let's remember to get Crisis of Infinite Deadpools in here. And the first hand. Okay, Nick Fury's an easy keep. Probably mulligan everything else, looking for a double resource or triple. Get Ragey is interesting just because it's such a good play with Nick. I guess all of the allies, but would let us thwart an extra 2 or a 10 now. Gotta look for a multi-resource card. All right, got one. Let's pay 4 for Nick. Draw 3 when he comes in. So Nick's gonna let us make sure we can clear breaking and taken. So interesting options now. We can play either Kid Pool or Healing Factor using this triple resource. Then we've got 1 resource for 1/2 punch. And we can keep one card in hand. I'm intrigued by the possibility of no, just kidding, I'm not. I was like, what happens if I stay in alter ego form for a turn? Because getting 6 cards in hand is a lot better than getting 4 cards in hand. But then I'm letting quite a lot of resources go to waste. So we'll flip to hero form. When we flip, we do 2 damage. Nick thwarts this for 2. And we will thwart it for 1, probably with Kid Pool actually. If I don't play Healing Factor. Yeah, let's play Kid Pool. Spending the triple resource. Thwart here for 1. Just because our attack, She-Hulk's attack is worth more than Kid Pool's attack. No consequential damage. And then we'll attack for 3. We'll play 1-2 punch. Let's spend Healing Factor, I think. We're good for blockers for a while. After we make a basic attack, we ready. And then attack for 3 more. So, whether or not to keep this in hand. Advance, so we're going to go 2 on the main scheme. Advance would go up to 3 plus a boost. There's no way for a single advance to let this go through. So I'm going to discard this end of turn. So 2 on the main scheme because of Kid Pool's acceleration. Nick blocks Rhino's attack for 5. And then we get 2 encounter cards. There is an advance for 1, 2, 3. So it would have been nice to have that not my responsibility. All right, Rhino heals 4 damage. But we can note that 1 advance is now out of the way. Okay, so, I mean, we always have awkward looking turns in hero form. We have superhuman law division, but no mental in hand, which is pretty rough. Focused rage would help us set up a little bit. Head pool looks nice. Can thwart this down to 1, flip down, goes up to 3, 4, 5 with the amplify. Actually, that's, oh, get rid of 1 for She-Hulk. So we only lose to advance, well, we lose to advance probably no matter what. But we don't scheme out right away unless we hit 3. Because we can thwart for 4 down to 1. Prevent the first one, acceleration, scheme for 1, amplify. Yeah, we need a boost of 3 and no advance. A boost of 3 or an advance. Or we go superhuman law division, play a really weak legal practice. Just to do as much threat removal as we can. That gets it down to 2. We still go up to 3, 4. We still lose to the same things. So it's possible I'm just supposed to stay in hero form to push as much damage as possible. In which case I think I would just play Focused Rage. Although I need to thwart a little. I mean, this will just advance if I don't thwart it at least a little bit. I think I need to take the temporary risk. It's hard to. We're never not going to have this risk playing this matchup. Yeah, thwart. Yeah, thwart for 2. Legal practice for 1. Really wish I'd had a mental there. And hopefully survive this one. Still no mental is a bummer. So we'll use our ability to only put 1 on here. Rhino schemes for 1, 2, 3. So it does not advance yet, or we don't lose yet. Charge, and Stampede surges an alter ego, surges again, and advance for the game. Let's try again. It's kind of unfortunate that the way this matchup goes, we just have to hope not to hit advance at all. But with the limitations I've put on myself of just using Deadpool cards, it's we don't get Professor X to do a confuse. Justice would generally be a great place to go for all of the threat prevention ways. That Justice can stop losing that way. I mean, we did hit, obviously we surged a little bit, but advance was 2 of our first 4 boost card, 2 of our first 4 encounter cards, not counting the 2 that surged into the next advance. Even if I had gotten a mental resource to spend on the Law Division, that only takes off 1 more threat. I guess we would have. I didn't even draw the boost card there because we were at 6 Rhino schemes for at least 1, so I just advanced. But if it was a 0 and I'd been able to remove 2 threat with Superhuman Law Division, that actually might have kept us alive. Okay, 2 triples. So split personality I actually like, because we will flip to hero form but then flip back to alter ego for the next turn. And again, we're not just gonna, we can't just never draw on it. We can't be afraid of advance like every single turn. And even turn 1 is actually the least likely time to lose to that advance when there's no threat built up. So I'd rather draw some upgrades and allies that I can use these triples on, but I want to keep split personality. So kind of a risky mulligan. Also not completely given myself a way to clear break-in and taken. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it a little bit. Okay, we just get the best. Possible draws. So Nick, obviously, great option again for clearing break-in and taken. What else to spend is the question. Because I might not even split personality at all. We'll draw 3. Another triple for Mockingbird. Got the block with Nick. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna split personality worth it just for the hand size if I don't get to block with Nick. Rhino might be stunned anyways, which would be wasting Nick. Yeah, this is such a huge value though. Okay, I'm going to spend split personality because Superhuman Law Division is like just our best thwarting card in like the whole deck. So it'll set us up for the game better, I think. Okay, did end up with a couple options for a mental resource. So I could play Mockingbird and Kid Pool, or Mockingbird, Superhuman Law Division, use it right away. Don't really want to play Get Good right now. Since I've got the block with Nick, I could keep Mockingbird in hand. Play Kid Pool and Superhuman Law. Yeah, I'll try this because I don't really want to waste the block from Nick. Okay, triple for Kid Pool. Pay 1 for Superhuman Law. Spend a mental, thwart for 2 here. Kid Pool finishes it off. Flip to Hero Form, trigger 2 damage. Attack for 5 more. And then, do I still even keep Mockingbird? I think she's good enough. All right, 2 on the main scheme because of Kid Pool. Nick blocks. 2 cards. Hydra Mercenary and Gang Up. I guess this thing only attacks for 1. But I'll just take Rhino's attack now for 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the Mercenary hits for 1 more. That wouldn't be the craziest thing to block with Kid Pool, because his hit points don't really matter. I can attack this for 3 easily enough. It's just 1 damage. So Head Pool could deal 1 to the Mercenary, have it attack Rhino. I think Mockingbird's just going to be better though. If I had a mental resource, could have had a perfectly efficient turn. I think I still want Mockingbird. Attack you for 3. Maybe I'll keep Head Pool in hand. Well, this is a really disposable blocker for next turn. Or just for whenever. Yeah, maybe I like Head Pool better. Pay 3 for Mockingbird. Thwart for 2. And flip down. Gotta get these hand size to push to victory even if we risk advance. And we still, with 0 threat on, we don't auto lose to advance at this state of the game. And with all these resources, we can have a really nice turn next turn. So we'll prevent 1 from step 1, still an acceleration. Rhino schemes for 1, 2. So advance needs 3 icons to hit, so that might not even happen. We already saw under fire. So master plan, go until a side scheme, which there aren't a ton of in this scenario. Certainly don't love a premature acceleration token on the main scheme. But only a 2 threat encounter card at the end of the day. And did we see 1 advance there? Only saw 1 advance. Assault surges. Explosion, if Bomb Scare is in play, we do something. If Bomb Scare is not in play, it surges. And there's a Hydra Bomber. So either 1 threat on the main scheme or take 2 damage. So we can pause to think through the turn before we do this. Spend this for Superhuman Law. Play one of our 3-cost allies, play Blackout, use it once. I've got a good deal of thwarting, actually. We'll do 1 threat on the main scheme. So we'll do this. Thwart 2 off crowd control. Up to hero form, dealing 2 to the Hydra Bomber. Pay 3. Okay, I guess in my head I was playing Blackout and using it once, but I could also play 1-2 punch instead. One-two punch seems considerably better. So I'm going to pay 3 for Hellcat. Attack for 3. One-two punch. Readying. So Hellcat obviously is going to thwart. Can just get us to stage 3. Well, I mean, She-Hulk's going to attack just because 3 attack is massive. But I think I want to thwart with these 2 because we're going to go up to 2. Advance puts us... If we bring this to 0, it's going to go up to 2. Advance gives us 3 plus a boost. Advance is guaranteed not to kill us if we get this down to 0. Oops. Alternatively, there's some routes to winning next turn. If we just go for damage. Yeah, I think I just need to thwart. Oh, that's where my consequential went. Ooh, even got Gamma Slam, but wouldn't have the resources to pay for it. Oh, no, I do. Oh, is self? Doubles if I've sustained less than 5 damage. So it's not doubled right now. Okay, so 2 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is stunned. 2 cards. There's advance for 1, 2, 3. But now we know that that's both advances gone. So we might have a safe flip down this turn. And then we get Tough Sandman. So 6 cards left. Know that both advances are gone, so feeling pretty good. Right, yep, just can't play this at all. Would have been, I guess it would have been wise to recover last turn. Well, Kid Pool will attack for 2 piercing on Sandman. We'll ready Kid Pool. It's +1 attack. So Hellcat will thwart for 2. Actually, I can return. Right, I could return Hellcat to hand. I already spent the Get Ragey though. Still wouldn't have had enough for lethal, I don't think. Because I've sustained 7 damage. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite enough, I don't think. All right, so Kid Pool finished Sandman. Still need to make sure I don't lose to just Rhino's regular scheme. I guess I'll use Superhuman Law Division on paying Gamma Slam. Kind of a bummer to lose that. But it does let me keep Mockingbird alive. And I might just recover. So we'll have seen all the triples, so that doesn't matter so much, but and we will have already seen Gamma Slam. So we can take our time a little bit. Flip down, recover for 5. Thwart for 2. And then I probably keep this rather as a double resource rather than spend this to remove 1 threat. We're guaranteed not to advance. Yeah, I'll keep it as a double. So we'll discard illegal practice end of turn. So we put 2 on, prevent 1. Rhino schemes for 1, 2. Two cards. Give Rhino a tough, perfect, exhaustion. Stampede surges, and false alarm, we are confused. So we won't be free from advance next turn because we will go through the encounter deck. Likely just done thwarting as well. Try to race over 2 turns. Okay, we'll have Kid Pool, attack, piercing for 2, which defeats Rhino stage 2. Gives us stage 3. Stuns us, and tough. I could play 2 3-cost cards, as long as one of them is a resource generator, which they all are. Dog Pool doesn't really seem worth it. Let's flip to hero form. Deal 2 damage to Rhino. Not super optimistic about winning next turn, given my stun especially. Don't think Dog Pool is worth it because of the acceleration. So here's paying 3 for Focused Rage. Activate to draw. Well, this does buff the attack, but it's not as efficient as playing something else here. I think I'll play Focused Rage number 2. Enough resource generators in play, we can camp out in hero form the rest of the game as well. And I I could use it one of anything to play, but it could just draw me closer to things I do want to play. It can sustain some damage for if we do draw Gamma Slam second time through the deck. Yeah, let's use it. Actually, let me rewind. My other option is returning Hellcat back to hand and just playing her, or playing Lady Deadpool. As Lady Deadpool, the Amplify doesn't matter if we're just in hero form, blocking everything. It would matter for an advance. But I also maybe still shouldn't really play around advance too much if I can just go for a shorter term win. Just hate giving up the ability to block with Hellcat, but I think I need to thwart the main scheme anyways. Okay, I'm going to return Hellcat to hand. Pay 4 for Lady Deadpool. Thwart the main schemes because I think I have to for advanced reasons. I have Mockingbird ready for a block. All right, 2 on the main scheme. Rhino attacks, Mockingbird blocks. So we go through the deck. All right, let's see if we can dodge advance a little longer. And we're not 100% dead to it, even if we do draw it. Hydra Mercenary. And this is going to surge because Rhino is still at his full hit points for stage 3. So there's an advance, hits us for 1. Oh wow, what a draw. So 2 because of the Amplify. And man, that is crazy good luck because now not only did we see, or not only did we not lose, but we saw our other advance. So, okay, feel kind of bad and winning the game that way. Wow, that's crazy. But you can call it unlucky that we drew advance in a reshuffled deck. You can call it lucky that we didn't actually lose to that advance. but we've got it pretty nice from here. So let's take a damage and draw. Pay 2. For stick-to-itiveness. Attack to remove stun. Spend a physical, exhaust to ready. And we don't care about this minion in Alter Ego. So I think everyone just needs to thwart. Thwart to remove confusion. Okay, I'm gonna remove 5 down to 1. It's gonna go up to 3. Boost icon of 3 still kills me. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Okay, so instead of doing that first one to remove my stun, my first one will be a thwart to remove my confuse. Then we'll ready thwart for 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip down superhuman law to thwart for 2. Oh, we do still lose to a 3 because of Lady Deadpool. So, yeah, I very likely should have just stayed in hero form and started pushing damage. This is the excitement of playing with pool cards, I guess. All right, so where we would put 3 on, we'll prevent 1. Rhino schemes for 1, 2, 3, luckily. Although I don't know exactly how many 3 boost cards there are. I know under fire, certainly. And then, yeah, mercenary schemes, but for 0. So we get Breakin' and Taken. Another heal one that surges because Rhino's at full. Infinite Deadpools. Hopefully we have enough damage, at least over 2 turns, that we can ignore this. Place 2 additional threat here for each player with 1 or more pool cards. I don't think we'll be defeating that either. Shuffle that in. Ooh, under fire. All right, so under fire card number 1, when revealed, If I take 2 damage, I drop below, I will have sustained more than 5 damage. I'll do 1 threat on the main scheme. Is that dumb? No. And then second card, the Sandman is tough. Okay. A lot of stuff going on there. So, any chance for lethal? We flip. Do 2 damage. Attack to remove stun. No physical to ready unless I spend cut upper. So that's not enough. So I should clean up a bit. Oh, why did I think I had a... Oh. Mistakenly thought I had one of those resource cards. That's why I was thinking about my health. I guess that was cut upper. These minions might smack us around a little bit, but I think I need to clean up a bit. Definitely not killing Dreadpool. I'm thinking about just a refresh. I can spend this to remove 2 threat, but then mulligan. Which I don't hate that. So I'll activate the Law Division. And it's not playing a card, so I can still mulligan. Because I mean, Avengers Mansion, draw a card, we'll get another card so we can play cut upper on someone. But I don't love the look of that. All right, so I'm going to, and I want to, could go to hero form to spend this physical before doing that, but then I only draw up to 4 cards. So I don't think that's worth it. Oh, I do have self-control. I guess my mind was shortcutting this. Okay. I was mistaking it for another basic double. All right, so I'm going to pay for mulligan and draw 6 new cards. Okay, interesting. Let's flip up, deal 2 damage. And this is not an attack, so it doesn't matter that I'm stunned. I think I'll just go to Rhino. Okay, so sorry, my phone decided to download the iOS update and apparently take up a ton of storage room on my phone, so I have my video cut due to that. Try to finish up quickly. Whenever I cut, I always reshuffle as a general rule so that I'm not accused of rigging the deck or anything. Only thing that was missed by the video was I used Focus Rage. I forget which card I actually drew from that, but I want to spend 3 for Mockingbird. Oh, which I already put the stun there, which stuns Rhino. Attack to remove my stun. Spend a physical to ready. Mockingbird thwarts for 1 here. Attack for 3 to get the guard minion out. And then planning to not my responsibility the main scheme. So we'll just attack Rhino for 4. Superhuman Strength gives me some damage for next turn, so I kind of want to keep it. Yep, I'll keep it. Okay, physical is good. So, okay, instead of putting on 3 threat, we're going to not my responsibility. Take 3. Rhino's stunned. These attack me for 6. I'll go down to 1. 2 cards. Okay, I ran out of storage again with a split second left to have I flipped an Assault, which I block with Mockingbird, attack for 10, but yeah, obviously that's very unsatisfying. I could have just pulled that from whatever, so I'll reshuffle that, draw 1 more card. Obviously you don't know either that that this is my 10th time filming this and I'm waiting to redraw a card that doesn't lose me the game. So I feel bad about this one. We'll get one more full game in now that my stupid iOS 18 is fully on my phone and not just holding up a random like 9 gigabytes of data on my phone. I'll reshuffle my player deck if I end up needing it. Okay, this is attached to Deadpool when it attacks a non-villain character. Okay, and it's not going to matter. So, right, attack for 3, stick-to-itiveness of physical, to ready, attack for 3 more, attack for 4 more, so that's a total of 10. Gets us the victory. Sorry for the awkward finish, but I really want to show this game because that was a sweet game with some crazy things happening. So stick around if you want to see if you're satisfied with that win, call it good. Although I'll try to get one more full game in here, try to get a legit win in. Okay, I had some commentary for that last game. I was treating it like it was my last game, but I cut some of it and want to give it one more try because I'm stubborn. Essentially, I think my learnings from my game so far, using my recover more liberally, right? It's never really worked to have a big Gamma Slam turn for the finish yet. But by recovering, we make sure that the pool resources are worth double and triple. And we play around the charge and counter card. I think ultimately I just can't play too much around advance. Like, it's just the way it is. You can't be just keeping a 4-hand size every turn, you know. And I know this is one of the awkward things with heroic or any high difficulty. It's like, are we just re-rolling, doing the exact same thing, and then hoping we hit that lucky order of cards in the encounter deck where we don't get advanced? And like, it is kind of like that. You still can play to have as high a win percentage as possible, even if you can never get it to 100. But it does kind of feel like that. Someone on the reply called it like rolling a die until you get a 6. You know you're going to do it if you just try enough times, even if you're not improving anything. But I think I'm learning some things. There still will be some games we just lose to advance, but I think I'm gradually increasing my expected win percentage. Well, so we always got to be looking at breaking and taking. So Bob lets us do that and blocks right away. The alternate option is just to keep mulligan, because I think like Nick would still be better, Superhuman Law Division would still be better. Oops, my health dial's back. I guess I can keep Bob and mulligan, just in case we have like a really bad hand. But I want to draw 2 doubles anyways. Okay, we'll just keep Bob. Okay, nice that we got a triple there. You can go triple for head pool, double for Bob. One resource inefficient. Still don't love these pool allies, just with those icons in play, just especially working with Rhino, like that is not a good lineup. Okay, I'm gonna pay 2 for Bob. Remove 1 here. Actually, wait, no, actually that's strictly worse than dealing 2 to Rhino. I can still thwart this for 3. Flip, deal 2, attack for 3. Discard the ground stomp, end of turn. Oof, that was about to be a really rough hand until we drew Focused Rage. Still might be a rough hand. So 2 on the main scheme. Let Bob block the attack. Underfire out of the way is nice. Tough is nice. And then that one surges now that he's tough. And he heals 4 damage. Okay, so those are some of the best counters to draw. So not complaining at all. Still on full health, so we've got a triple for Focused Rage. Take 1 and draw. Hopefully some better action than legal practice. Well, we can still use those cards to thwart for 2 here. So I will flip down. No, can activate first. Yeah, that's awkward. So I'll attack for 1. Hits the tough. Attack for 3. Flip down. Legal practice. Discarding 2 cards from hand. Thwart for 2. So head pools, amplify icon definitely makes an advance, hurt us, but like I I mean, it's not guaranteed we lose to that. Ooh, and we got not my responsibility. So now we actually are safe. We still put, or no, we put 0 on step 1. Rhino schemes for 1, 2, 3. Do I want to just not my responsibility that right away? I don't think so. Got thwarters. Next one could be for more. All right, encounter cards. Surge. Confused. And the heal 1 again. All right, so really nice hits so far. Really nice hits. And I'm inclined to play Nick Fury here. Yeah, we won't be gamma slamming anyone yet. I could keep this in hand. But I think that's going to eat at my turn efficiency too much. Let's pay these 4 for Nick. Drawing 3. It's a hero form. Take 1 and draw. And so we actually got the combo here. We can stun with Mockingbird, and then Superhuman Strength will not be discarded because we don't have a valid target for that stun ability. Would the same thing happen if I guess I would play Mockingbird anyways, but if I just played 2 copies of Superhuman Strength, would only 1 pop off? I don't know. If you're still watching and you know the answer, let me know. But as it is, I think this is strong enough. I'll pay 3 for Mockingbird. Only slightly awkward thing is maybe not getting to use Nick on the block this turn. And then we'll pay 2 for Superhuman Strength. And attack for 5. So if you're not seeing the if you're not seeing the ruling before, right, we can only trigger this if there's at least 1 valid target, and the effect is to stun the attacked enemy, but Rhino is not a valid target to be stunned, so we actually just don't discard this at all. It's not obvious how you'd play that just from reading the card, but this is how the rules reference has handled that. So we'll thwart for 3 to keep that clean, and attack for 2 more. Oh, I think I've missed a 2 damage here. Because Rhino healed. Well, I did, how much damage did I do this turn? I did 5, 6, 7, right, because he healed from 9 up to 13. Because turn 1 we did Bob. We did 2 damage. We did 5 more for 7, put him down to 8. Healed up to 12. Then I just attacked his tough off and hit him down to 9. Then he healed up to 13. So I should have flipped, gone down to 11, attack for 5, down to 6. Okay, I think I missed the 2 from flipping. Okay, end the turn. stunned. Oh, nice. Okay, so Nick gets to block and assault. And crowd control, not that bad. I'm thinking about just ripping this split personality. That, or I could just take advantage of the turn to get focused rage in play. Split personality would let me end up back in hero form. Still got both advances in the deck. I've obviously got thwarting to clean it up. If we go down, we stop the first threat. If we get hit with an advance, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 boost cards need to add up to at least 3 to lose the game. This is going so well that it really feels unnecessary to take a risk like that. So I am just going to split personality. Drawing 6. Going to be some awkwardness with the damage. We'll flip, deal 2. The tough makes things a little awkward, but we'll thwart for 2. No, okay, well, we'll draw first, see what happens. Ooh. Another double is sweet. Okay, then thwart this. So this will efficiently kill with get ragey. Ready, an ally gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. So we'll attack for 2. Brings us to stage 3. So we get stunned. You're tough. I'll attack to remove stun. So this still doesn't get discarded because we didn't actually attack. Yeah, this is perfect. So we'll pay 2 for stick-to-itiveness. I can play Hellcat or Dogpool. I guess Hellcat is going to be better. Still have not sustained 5 damage yet. So we'll discard a physical to ready. Mockingbird hits the tough. Oh, sorry, 16 health. Mockingbird attacks off the tough. So now She-Hulk attacks for 5, and we do pop this. And stun. So do I need to thwart this? It's going to go up to 2, and advance goes to 3, 4 from the amplify. Could hit 3. So I'm just going to thwart. Should have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage, assuming we just draw a physical resource. Don't have to, yeah. Might have to block with an ally too, though. Knowing our luck, we'll just draw advance twice. All right, step 1, Rhino stunned. Okay, Shadows of the Past, haven't seen that one yet in our games. She-Hulk's got a pretty nasty one, actually. Just a lot of, 4 threat, 6 health minion. Just kind of a lot to chew through, but we're probably on a kill plan anyways. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Headpool attack Titania? Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Don't know if that came up in Web-Warrior's video, but that's 5 damage. Okay, guard is annoying. Bomb scare is not in place with the surges. Caught off guard. So, do I have lethal if I keep this? Attack you for 1. So you hit there for 5, down to 6. You need to hit there. I actually don't. Attack guard. Ready. Attack for 5, down to 6. And I've got 5 more. Well, I just need to stay alive 1 more turn. I'll have plenty of damage if I make it 1 more turn. Oh no, wait. Oh, but I bounce Hellcat and still play her. Okay, yeah, so I discard this. Okay, attack the guard minion. Spend a physical to ready. Attack Titania with Headpool. After Headpool attacks and damages a minion, that minion attacks another enemy of your choice. You're just gonna attack Rhino for a nice 5 damage. Okay, then we attack for 5 more with She-Hulk, Hellcat, and Mockingbird. Then we return Hellcat to hand, replay her, and attack for 1. So there we go, a nice first couple turns of encounter cards, not giving us anything on the board to deal with. And then lucking into, I mean, drawing Shadow of the Past, I guess, is like, it is on the more unlucky like cards just to draw. But when we can hijack Titania to attack the villain for 5, that's pretty nice. But I think we were in a good position for most encounter cards there, given how those early turns went. So, sweet, we got a nice win using only cards from the core set and from the Deadpool Hero Pack. Call it a 50% win rate. That second game, again, was a weird one. I did win, like, had some extra shuffles in there because of my video cuts, and then you kind of have to take my word for it that I didn't rig it at the end there. Use a cut as like a checkpoint save, which, you know, a person with less integrity might think to do that. So call it 2 for 2, or sorry, 2 wins, 2 losses. At least one of those losses being or at least one of those wins being a clean win in this last game, which makes me feel pretty good. Got a win with She-Hulk out of the way, and got to have some fun interactions with this pool deck. So thanks again for watching. Kind of a longer one, but I always like showing when the games themselves aren't that long. It's nice to show multiple in a video, I think. So all right, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.